But I want to bring in now Hugh Hewitt, the host of the Hugh Hewitt Show, joining us now here, and we're in New Hampshire. Hugh, Donald Trump called in the Wolf Blitzer Show to respond right after Dana's interview. Let's listen to that, and then we'll talk.
He's a desperate person. He's a sad and, he's a pathetic person. He doesn't even use his last name in his ads. He's a sad person who is gone absolutely crazy. I mean, this guy he's a nervous wreck. He goes around saying, I'm the only one to have courage to go after Trump. I attack Trump, and I'm the only one. What courage is it? He says nasty things. I always put him down on the dais, and he goes away like a little sheep. So Jeb is having some kind of a breakdown, I think. And, look, he's an embarrassment to his family. He has to bring his mother out and walk his mother around at 90 years old.
So, Hugh, who's going to win this feud between the two? Is Bush helping himself or hurting Trump at all?
Well, Donald Trump's going to win tomorrow night. And I recall that toy that's been on the market for probably 50 years, Rock'em Sock'em robots, the red robot and the blue robot, and that's Donald Trump and Jeb Bush. And the guy who's actually benefiting from that is John Kasich, perhaps the best closing ad. And I've been ODing on CNN because I'm stuck in a hotel in Boston because of the snowstorm. So I've got OD caffeinated CNN. I've seen everybody all day long on CNN. But John Kasich's ad, which is very positive, very uplifting, and he shoots it very wide camera, very smiley, very happy. John Kasich is in such sharp contrast to everybody else that, building on his debate performance Saturday night, I think he's going to come in second. And then I think Marco Rubio is going to come in third for this reason. When I see David Axelrod and Paul Begala and Jennifer Granholm, all three political operatives, and I hear Chris Matthews and I read Jonathan Chait, who are lefty people, and basically everyone in the MSM, telling me that Marco Rubio is destroyed and down on the mat and bleeding out, then my conservative spidey sense begins to tingle that maybe something is going on here, like the Ocean's 11 crew coming into the casino, and something's not right with this picture. And so Marco Rubio leaned into it today. So I think he's going to finish stronger. And I don't know about tracking polls, Don. You said it better. We say the polls are broken. We have no turnout model. Let's look at the polls. And I just have to go with spidey sense.
Well, let's look at the polls then. Let's talk about the polls. The polls were so wrong, Hugh, in Iowa. How solid do you think?
But I was right.
I was right. 32% in our poll say that they would, but 32% said they'd never vote for him. How solid is his lead, you think?
His lead is very solid because it's in every single poll. Okay, so that's why I think it's very, very solid. But I do believe that one thing you can always take away from these polls is direction. And Donald Trump's direction has stayed very, very stable throughout. So there is a New Hampshire element that's not going to move. John Kasich's direction has been rising rapidly across a bunch of different polls. So I don't think that's going to change much. Look, we have a tulip bulb bubble of punditry going on right now. And we are the pregame show for Dixville Notch, so I'll keep it going. But the fact of the matter is that everyone's going to leave here because we're going to have a black swan event of politics, which is an open convention. So if anyone's got any delegates, they've got chips to play with, and they're all going to go to South Carolina, and they're all going to go to the next debate that I'm doing with CNN, the Salem Media Group, on the 25th of February. They're going to be around on the March 10th debate because they got nothing to lose, and it doesn't cost that much to hang around through the two Super Tuesdays, Don. So this is really great fun,
right.
But we're getting ourselves spun up too much.
So you think that everyone is in, because my question to you is, who's out after tomorrow, and will all those governors go forward, you think? You think everyone is in for the long haul, at least the medium haul?
The only one I have any doubt about is Ben Carson. I just don't know if Dr. Ben is going to go forward. Carly Fiorina has told me personally, and she will not. She is Margaret Thatcher. She is not for turning. And I know that Chris Christie's got hedge fund people behind him. He's got a record. If he can survive to Michigan, he's got a great state that plays well to his strengths. Marco Rubio and Jeb Bush got to have it out in Florida with Donald Trump in a great race. South Carolina is going to be the Antietam of political primaries. There was a part of the Battle of Antietam called the Bloody Lane, and that's going to be South Carolina in 10 days. So this is the greatest show on earth, and it's leading up to the greatest convention ever in the greatest city in the United States, Cleveland, with the greatest sports franchises. Had to put that in.
All right, so your prediction, you said, is Donald Trump.
Trump, Kasich, Rubio.
Who's second? Marco Rubio and Kasich?
No, second is Kasich. Second is Kasich. Rubio is third.
Kasich.
And now let me say a word about the man we have not mentioned, Ted Cruz. Do you know Ted Cruz won Iowa? And I listened to the roundtable with Anderson Cooper last hour. And we haven't talked about Ted Cruz. Donna and you didn't talk about Ted Cruz. He won Iowa. Now, why is that? I don't have an answer. Why is that the guy that won Iowa is not being talked about for 2 hours in the pregame show?
Was he hurt by Iowa? Was he hurt by maybe people thinking that he did something underhanded when it comes to
That's
Ben Carson?
Exactly it. And I think his supporters will go through 8 feet of snow to vote for him tomorrow because they feel he has been dealt an unfair hand based on a inflated. So it's called an OODA loop, observe, orient, decide, and act thing going on within conservatism right now. We're observing the media and the Democrats trying to manipulate. We do not see the reporting of the FBI confirming today that Hillary Clinton's investigation is real. We do not see the fact that Bill Clinton is saying the most extraordinarily inappropriate things for Bill Clinton to say. We do not see Bernie Sanders' 80-point lead, 85-point lead among young women, and ask ourselves, why is that? Why is Bernie Sanders 85 points ahead of Hillary Clinton in young women? And then look at the campus atmosphere of the last 5 years. So I think conservatives are going to be very supportive of Ted Cruz tomorrow. If they're not for turning either. So he'll be in fourth or fifth. He's not going to have a bad day. Everyone's
But New Hampshire is different from Iowa. There's not a ton of evangelicals here as much as in Iowa. It's a different
You're right,
bunch
you're right.
here. I have to move on. Thank you very much, Hugh. I
independents.
appreciate it.
Okay.